This is gummed up, I think, because I got this on. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to another beautiful cloudless day in Florida. Went down to 50s, back up into the 70s. I started this project already. I didn't get to record it. I am going to record this side over here. It kind of looks like it's a possibly December when we're going to be able to do these soil to give them food, because everything is running behind. BB's working a lot now, but that's where I'm at right now. I raised this whole ground up. I think it took 2 bags. I think it was 2 bags, but for some reason this line here was crooked, and I'm trying to get this done before Thanksgiving. But if you notice, there's a lot of space that I had to pack dirt in, and I don't ever remember having to pack dirt like that. I don't remember spaces being like that. So something happened here, because if I would have pushed all this in, especially this one here, see how much thing? That means this brick would have been here, and this much space would have been here, and that doesn't sound right. So something happened here. Something definitely happened, or maybe it was just like that and I just don't remember it being like that. But I don't imagine that I had those bricks spaced out. But I did have to fill it up. You can see it's still low. You can see how much dirt I've lost on the edges here up to there, but mainly in here I've lost a lot of dirt that's washed away. I've never had gutters. A lot of the houses that were built in the 2000s and in the 90s, they were never built with gutters. They were just add-ons. I'm sure the houses today and this time, they probably do come with gutters. But the only reason I don't like gutters is because, of course, hurricane. You know, that's just more damage that a hurricane can do other than your roof. But with the new roof, it sticks out even further. So now the line will be over here trajectively. I've moved the table over, so it gives time for that to impact into the ground and not wash away. But that's where I'm at right now. I did do the front. I wound up fixing that there. And the problem with this here was the hose, when I would come water the front, would hook on there. But now I got that all straightened out. My whole thing now is, like, when I start watering, I'm just gonna have to pull the hose over there. This I finally got straightened out too, which was that last row. So that wasn't much of a dig in there. But I did get 2, 3. Now I'm gonna get that back. But I'm trying to get all this. I mean, Thanksgiving is not too far, because we're gonna have a lot of people here, and I gotta spray these weeds as well. So it's a lot to do, guys. Let's do it. Get all this looking clean. Remove those, put those bricks somewhere. So let's get this started. This isn't that much, thank God. It looks like, I don't know if this bastard is still here, this little mole thing, because I don't know if that's new, but he raised that whole board. But you see, and if I see the space between the board and that, I don't ever remember that board being that far from the dirt. I always thought this was up on the dirt. But other than he raised this, I have to see if that has to be pushed down. Because of course he's raising dirt, so there's hollow underneath there. But that is solid. It is just starts from here to here. And then I've lost so much ground because he's pushing up high. For some reason, that side doesn't grow that much grass. They're both in the shade. This side does pretty good. I'm doing the 3.5. I have not cut in a while. So grass is looking full. And maybe that's why this friggin' mole thing, he's ruining my life. But he is definitely damaging. And right there's like a hole. All right, let's get this started. So basically, I just have to start from this one right here. And that's where my big deep gap is. Let's see here. But yeah, this mole friggin' thing, it has teared me up this year. And like I said, it has pushed this all of this is literally a hole right here. So this is a little bit kind of like this, but I'm not so much worried about that because we don't walk on the edges. I mean, eventually things do go down. My whole thing is, like I said, this freaking mole cricket, or whatever the thing it's called. Look at that, he made me hurt my house. Because it makes me wonder, is this stuff gonna go down that he's under? I got a piece of wood there. Yeah, and you see how that border is literally, so things are shifting. I don't know if it's possible. So let me get some of this dirt down, and I don't want to take too much dirt away from the house too, especially the foundation of the house, because again, this sugar sand just friggin', it'll roll down. And if you ain't got the money, you don't have the money to pay trucks to come in and do fill in dirt and spread it out your yard, you are screwed. I'm not too much worried about leveling. My whole thing is to get at least this ground. Yeah, you can see how it just goes up and down. But of course, that's the thing settling. I can't remember what year I did this. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make sure that it's high enough. It's a little bit like that much higher. Yeah, that's coming in. See, and that's the thing. Then when you want to do perfection and you see stuff like that, because these two are going down where this is up. And it's one of those, you know, if you're going to do it half-ass, it's going to come back and bite you. Because I know one thing. At my age, the next person, that's their problem. Whoever owns this house after me is their problem. Not much of my problem. And I do hope I have some bags of dirt left over, because like I said, that way I don't have to run and buy dirt. But let's try to get this, because with my luck, somebody will walk like myself or BB, and we will freaking hurt ourselves. And again, I'm trying to do this for the final time, because when you're young guys, go for it, get this stuff done. I've been seeing on the news, they talk about 50-year mortgages. God bless you if you get a 50-year mortgage on your house. Because if you get it at 30 or 40, and you have to pay for the next 50 years, and this is just a slight little thing, which I don't care. I'm happy with that. But you get yourself, you're young here and you're watching this channel, you get a 50-year mortgage, God bless you. Because you'll be freaking 80, 90. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, you'll be in your 70s if you're exactly 21 years old for a 50-year mortgage. And there it goes. That's lining up, even though it feels like there's a little downness here. But that's okay, because it's level with that. That's just a tiny hair up. Eventually that'll come down. I think this side is going to be easier, other than that hole. Yeah, I gotta clean this one up here along the edge and get it as close as I can. That other side, that was a project there. This is not that bad, so there we go. And then I'll just put my dirt over here. And hopefully this friggin' mold thing will stay the heck away from me. But like I was talking about, a 50-year mortgage, just to have lower payments, you're only saving $200, 30-year versus 50. Crazy, boy, to take that 50. Because again, the first payments on a house mortgage, you are paying your interest. And then, like, my mortgage was $300 a month. $100 was only going towards the principal. The other $200 was going towards literally interest. They're getting their interest first. Because if you can't make a payment, they got their interest. They're gonna sell your house for chump change. And put some dirt back there, which is good because I'm gonna sweep this off. See, now I can get this higher and more leveler. Oh, this is gonna work out good. This side just might need one bag of dirt. You could literally see when I pan it there. Look how much that freaking rat mole has raised, and you see how much dirt I lost, because you can see where the flat part is. And I don't know if the dirt I lost was because of the no gutters, but eventually when I was cutting the grass, before somebody on here taught me to cut the grass at 3, I used to just cut this at 2, and I was killing the grass. So grass is what holds the dirt, and without grass. And then yeah, I'm gonna walk on this and keep it pushed down. Oh yeah, this looks real good. This is coming out good. And then on this side here, which is that side right there, I'm gonna try to lay this dirt down. And this was the area when we had the hurricane that was filling up with water because of the low dirt over here. And I had to make a drainage. And maybe that's why that's pushed away. I think maybe during the hurricane, I was trying to make a drainage so the water would drain towards the backyard because it was puddling. And I panicked. But that's what I mean. There's a tunnel. See? Look at that. That just went. Look at that. I don't know if you could see that, but I mean, that is a tunnel. That literally. Look how deep. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look how deep that one went. Look how deep that one went there. Son of a bitch, I should have checked this. Holy moly. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is a tunnel. That is literally a tunnel. That's how much dirt is lost that I have to fill in. Because even though I'm packing that is gonna drop eventually. Holy moly. And that went all along that house there. This damn thing got me. I might have to put in more. I wonder how the hell someone does that. How do you fix that? Look at that. That is literally the whole line. So I literally have to push down with this to pack the dirt to seal that tunnel, and then come with the other bag of dirt. So I'm gonna be doing this all the way down. This bastard. Because like I said, you don't want to freaking do all that. Let's see how deep this goes. I don't want to do all that stuff. I'll be wasting my time. Tight here. Oh wow, there's a hole right there, son of a gun. And I know the hole runs all this. That is a deep. And it's not like he's running under the brick. That damn mold thing is running along this. And that's because there's grubs in here. When you have good grass and there's a lot of grubs. So it must have been a high season of grub this year. But home ownership is no joke, guys. Take care of your house, just like your body, just like your vehicles. You need to take care of it all. All right, now I know I got that, because you punch that with a bunch of holes. I don't even know if I'm doing this right. I'm just thinking of stuff. All right. And then I'll open up that other bag, because I got to go that way with it. And who knows how far that sucker goes. Let me adjust this here, son of a gun. And you can see this part here, how it's high like that. That means that he burrowed out of here to peak. And then he went back down. So when you see those high mounds, especially I have them all over the yard, that's where that thing peaked at. Now this is all good. Goes down just a little bit, but not bad. All right, this is not bad. Oh, look at that. Holy shit. Look at that. Son of a gun. That damn. And I don't know what the law is. I could remember when I first moved in here, I thought at one time they said you couldn't kill them. It was against the law. Because people would say like they would put gasoline down in them things, but holy shit, all this. But they do sell stuff that you can put down in these holes to get them. So, you live in Florida and you know the law. You kill these things, just don't tell nobody, because like I said, I just remember someone saying that you can't just kill them like that. But why sell the stuff to kill them? Okay, so I'll get this here, this much flattened out here. And I'm definitely gonna open up a bag for that over here. This way I can get this ground higher. And I do have one more bag for the other side, which I'll bring that other side higher too. And then what I'll do is when I fill these, I'm gonna walk on them with my feet. And then I just gotta be careful when I cut the grass, that's all. Just gotta be careful. What I like about this dirt I bought from Home Depot, it's filled dirt and it's not sand. So, there we go. So, hopefully grass will grow through this good. It won't wash away. And when it rains, it'll hold the water. All right, so I'm gonna come up with this here. Come out even further. This way I can get this side backed up. That way the water will run down and away from the porch. But yeah, we'll be getting ready to get them avocados. There's a lot of them on there this year. There we go. Like I said, I'll walk on this and stomp it down with my feet. There we go. Woo! What do you guys think? Got a little bit of sloping. It evened up there. That was okay. Whatever he pushed up, I was able to push back down. But this should be good. Let me do the other side and let me go get the medicine. Every so many years, I would get the square pieces of grass. They used to be 50 cents a piece. And every year or every other year, I used to just put it around the edges. Well, those square pieces are not 50 cents a piece. Yeah, see, I can put this bag right there. Them square pieces now, they're up to $3 a square. And it's no sense of doing this now because it's going into winter time and I don't want the grass to die because you got to feed that once you put it on here. Once you put the grass on here, the squares, you got to feed them daily. And again, this is topsoil, but it's for filling holes and leveling. So, not much vitamins in here. I'm gonna put that over there. Get this level. And I think I might have a half of bags over there. Get this leveled out. But yeah, come springtime, I'm gonna have to find some, or I'm just gonna have to dole out some cash, and then I could put the square piece. Let me see if I have it. Yeah, I found 2 extra bags. These have been sitting for years. Never used it. You could see, like, it's not even to the top there, and everything's rolling here. So that's where the water's gonna settle. Right here where my camera angle is. This is more higher spot than that. So I'm just gonna use these and put them in there because again, these are just, even though this is what we use to feed the garden, but I already got bags already, and again, this has been sitting. So I'm trying to save money. Trying to save money. So let's get this in here. And who knows, maybe with this here, this dirt here, I might get some grass to hold this. But you could see how low that corner is there. And this bag will fill that up because I don't want water to sit near there. I don't care if it runs off because this is like the house is kind of like on a hill. So, okay. Yep. Some good things and bad things about owning a home. So, you're not going to own a home and take care of it. You might as well be a renter. There we go. Let Mother Nature take its choice. Woo! Wear your gloves and take off your jewelry. That's my advice. There you go. Now I don't care, it's a little slope here, but that was a hole. So I got that in there looking good. Let me put these in the garbage. Let me start taking these tables and chairs and move them out the way real quick. Give it a nice sweep. Make sure these are packed in. If they need more dirt, I can grab from here and then spray all those weeds. So let me go do that. I'm not going to use my big spray pump, the 5-gallon one, because I'm just doing this back porch here. So that, I think that's a 1-gallon one. Should do good. I'm going to get this swept up, pull up all the covers. This is the time of year when it gets cold at night. Snakes like to hide underneath these cushions. Wipe that table down. Then I'll sweep that half, adjust that grill. And I'll show you, I use the Spectrum weed killer, and I'll show you that when I'm done sweeping this here real quick. But the funny thing with the spectrum thing, I've noticed that some weeds don't die. Like some certain grasses in here don't die. And the reason I'm not pulling the weeds is because I want them to die to the roots. If you go and pull them and then I don't know where they're at, then they'll continue to grow. But if by Thanksgiving these things aren't dead, then ooh, I gotta put some dirt over here. Then I will definitely be pulling them by Thanksgiving. So make sure I get these rocks. I know they sell like a certain sand that you can put in here, but hey, this ain't Paco's professional landscaping here. This is just cheapo express. And you don't want to spend money and you're trying to save money. There you go. Get up all in there. There we go. Okay. Let me finish this up here. Because some of those seeds flew. And make sure you clean this container. I don't know if I mentioned it. Because it can get gummed up, and make sure you empty it. Yeah, this is gummed up, I think. Because I got this on. Yeah, this is gummed up. All right, let me clean that. Tell you right now, you leave stuff in here, the chemical will turn like gummy, and then you got to remove this hose. No, you don't have to throw this damn thing away like some people do, because it's clogged and they can't figure out why it's clogged. They've checked everything up here. It all looks good, but it's down here. There's a filter. That right there is what gets clogged. And what it is that there's so much gum underneath there. And if this keeps clogging, that means I gotta drain all this stuff out and friggin' really spray hose the inside and get all the gummy stuff off the wall, because it's kind of like a skin, like it leaves a skin kind of thing. And I hope that's the problem. But I noticed that this hose has got a kink in it too, so that could be the other issue too. This hose here has a kink right there. Gotta be careful with these things. Yeah, that might have been it. That might have been it, because I see an air bubble. Yep, I think that's it. Because the way she stored it right here. There we go. Just want to make sure I get the roots down in there. All right, so let me finish this up here, guys. You're getting the idea what I'm doing here. You guys see something that I'm doing wrong? You got any advice? Please drop it in the comments. I'm gonna sprinkle some ant spray. Granulants. This was the weed killer that I use, but I'm gonna sprinkle that on there before I put the chair back and stuff. Put the table back. That's what I wanted to show you, the space that I filled up with dirt. All right, and right there. I just don't remember that being like that, but like I said, this has been there forever. I see I pushed everything down with the feetsies. Sprayed this side. Chairs are looking good. No snakes, just a lot of dead lizards. All right, that's what I'm looking at, guys. It's ready. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Cleaned off the tabletops, the table. That's her right there. Not using the grill for Thanksgiving, but that is it. I mean, literally. The reason we don't have the chairs here is because when it we had the chairs here, it would spit on top of here, and it would go inside there. Someone says, why don't you power wash? You can't power wash because in these cracks here, you'll lift up the dirt. And like I said, and that has such a big space there, that would all wash out. So power washing this and then the dirt spit ups on the house, I've tried it before. Usually we come out here with a hose and bleach, and we just normally get this one here and the patio here, and we just scrub it and hose it, and the bleach will eat all that right there. I'll probably wind up doing that, but it won't be a video, but I'll probably eventually wind up doing something like that. But you got to be careful when you use the hose or power washer, because you'll lift the dirt up all in here. But nope, the porch is completed until someone that I will not mention their name, BB, starts laying stuff around. So I got my table ready, so when I do barbecue, everything's level. And that's what you're looking at there, guys. A beautiful Florida back porch. My father got these bricks. They would give him bricks away, and he became friends with them, and the guy was like, take whatever you want. And like I said, we're gonna be getting ready to get the avocados. Thank you guys for joining us. Any questions or anything, let us know what's going on. If you want us to do a video when we start laying the medicine and the mulch down and cut the banana there and cut the banana there, let us know, because eventually we got to get up in here and we have to lay some medicines for the winter for the avocado trees out there, the orange, lemon, all those trees have to get winterized. But we are running late behind it because of BB's work. It's taken into full force right now, getting clients. She's been going to people's houses, possibly working 7 days a week. And I'm just trying to do the best that I can on my own over here. The only reason I would want BB with me, or at least to let me know, like, hey, this goes here, because, you know, with the medicine and all that stuff, she's good at all that stuff there. So that's the other thing. And it's a possibility. My mother had surgery 2 days ago, and then I'm gonna have to wind up doing that by myself. So it's just a never ending out here in Florida. So hope you guys let us know what you guys doing for Thanksgiving. Are you getting ready? Is it gonna be indoor, outdoor? What the temperature's gonna be like? See you guys, I'm just rambling. 3 hours after I made this video, for some reason I came back here just to look at my work. This friggin' mole thing. He is in here somewhere. He tore up the dirt I just laid down. Son of a gun. Son of a gun.